everyone, and welcome. This is the Full Nelson Press podcast. My name is Brandon Kirkpatrick. I'm here with the fabulous Pete O'Brien. You can find Pete on Twitter at MVPete360. You can find myself at Johnny, Jonny underscore Tango. And you can follow the website. It's TFNP on Twitter, or just follow us at thefullnelsonpress.com. Pete, how you doing?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. I'm living the dream. I'm stoked. I'm still on the high from, Battlegrounds, but then Revolution's happening right now.
Oh,
I'm too jacked right now.
That,
Too
that's it. That's it. That's what episode one's going to be about is battlegrounds and everything going on with the divas. So pretty exciting. If you don't know, this is a wrestling podcast. We pretty much just cover WWE. We don't pay attention to the other wrestling shows. We just don't have enough time of the day. We're going to be just doing 60 minutes every week of just this fun wrestling podcast, right, Pete?
well, it's not like we really have time to watch TNA because number one, did they get cut from Destination America
No,
and they're
I
back
think
on?
I think they're still on there. I think
And
they're
then,
still heading strong with Ring of Honor.
well, and then you got Ring of Honor over there. Whatever, they're doing some big things. I mean, for a crowd of like 20.
Oh my God.
And
No, no, no. Ring of Honor's popular. Ring of Honor's popular, man. You can't. TNA's the one that's got like the empty stadiums and. Anyways, back to battlegrounds, man. Undertaker is back, or should we say what everyone's calling him, a heel taker is what I think he should be called.
I think you should call him the senior citizen taker. Now,
No,
granted, it was really cool to see him
no.
back,
I don't mind. I don't
but
mind the little
listen,
silver in his hair. It's the man needs to shave his back. He's got
well,
a hairy back.
he's got so much hair on his
Oh
back.
my
Okay,
God,
another
it's
huge
awkward.
problem.
I thought it was more tattoos.
Oh, the huge problem with him too is like I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, my buddy's like just going crazy, like it's Taker, and then we forget that we're in the revolution of HD televisions, and oh my God,
Right.
you see the remainders of Sarah on his neck, and then you see his droopy face, and I'm like, ooh, watch out for this guy. Like, oh, he won
Oh.
a bingo. But then he picks up Brock Lesnar like he's nothing. I'm like, okay, maybe he's still
No, no,
like,
no, no, no. Now the first time he picked up Lesnar, it was good, but like the second time he was struggling, and when he went back into the ring to do the third one, I was kind of like, oh, Taker, just you don't need to do the color show, the light show, and then just get out of there. You don't need to do the third time. So I.
why did he not ride his Harley out? Like that would have made it
Oh
way
my
better.
God. Oh my God. No, not even, man. If the gong hit and then you just start hearing keep rolling, 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 and
And
like
then
the
Kid
lights go out,
Rock,
and it comes back on, but like Fred Durst is just right on the Titantron. They're like, "What's going on? It's Fred Durst."
if Fred Durst was there last night, I would have gone crazy. But whatever. Like it was cool though. It was a good idea. There was no way you're gonna have Lesnar lose to Rollins clean. Brock
Oh,
Lesnar
I
is the
think
size of
everybody
a
had.
small house,
You're right.
and Rollins is, he's good,
Hmm.
but nobody in their right mind is gonna sit there and go, well, how's Rollins gonna win this one-on-one without help? You
See,
knew something was gonna happen,
but
some
that's the
way, shape,
problem.
or form.
That's the problem with the WWE. If we would have been seeing something like, because I think Seth Rollins is kind of like that young Shawn Michaels character right now. It's the best way to build Seth Rollins right now because he will be the face of the company. He will be the next big face of the company. And what better way to build it is to first build him as a heel and let him boo him, and then when he gets that big face turn, he already has that fan base. So I think in the day and age that we're in now, I don't see Seth Rollins beating him. I think before, I definitely think we could have seen like a thing where they kind of focused on because right away Seth started going for his legs, and I was like, oh, this is going to be a cool match to see Seth Rollins outspeed Brock Lesnar and keep going for those legs. I thought we were going to have a good match, but yeah, I think everyone kind of knew at the end we were going to get a dirty finish regardless of who was showing up. Now I thought when Undertaker showed up and was about to do the choke slam to Brock Lesnar, the lights were going to go black again. We were going to hear a caw, and then Sting would have showed up. Because I want to see Sting versus Undertaker, but I don't want to see it at WrestleMania. I want to see it at another pay-per-view that doesn't have to be foreshadowed by WrestleMania or Taker's previous streak. I would like to just see Sting versus Undertaker one time, just be done with it, let us see it, and just let's move on.
I mean, I get what you're saying. What everyone, and I might just be a hater, but everyone, if they keep listening to the show, because I'm sure we have what, like one listener right now,
Well, this is
which is
this is episode one, so
episode. Well,
we
we're building a fan base.
we are the only listeners right now,
Yeah,
and we
all
won't
right,
even
good.
listen to this. We're just gonna put it out there in
Hey,
hopes
good
that
job
someone's
there.
like, "Hey, these guys are pretty funny. I think they know what they're talking about," which we don't. We We
I
don't.
don't. I don't. I don't. I have been applying for WWE for like years.
Yeah, I actually
Not
just
in the ring.
reapplied on there, and they asked me, where do you think you'll be in 6 months? And I put filling out this application again.
That's,
So we'll see what
I mean,
happens.
hey, you might get a call back. That might be creative.
Now, if anyone doesn't know, I run a website called thefullnelsonpress.com where you can find this podcast. I do a weekly WWE webcomic, focus on some characters I made up, and I do a lot of parodies as well. The one I just did just last week was a poster for Battlegrounds, which was for featuring Daniel Bryan, Bad News Barrett, and Ryback on it for the Battlegrounds Curse of the IC title match.
Yeah, well, yeah, we have to all agree that the IC title is cursed. You cannot sit there and like everyone's sitting there staring at him like, oh, you want to win this? No,
It's just
I don't.
it's stuck in stale water. I mean, I like what Cena's done with the U.S. belt, but yeah, Intercontinental belt doing nothing right now, but just sitting in stale water.
There's too many things happening with the other belts that like the IC is just lost. It's just like,
So
you
I
know,
guess who would you give it to? Like if they decide next week, hey, we're dropping it from Ryback, who would you give it to?
Barrett,
Barrett?
Barrett.
See, but here's the thing: like Barrett had it, and still, like even with the King Barrett gimmick he's got going on with R-Truth, again, his character's going nowhere. The storyline feels forced and is stale. I myself. I think it's time for Wade Barrett to get in the main event scene. I think he should be the first British WWE champion, or I think that's what he is. I would Wales or London.
I would feel that number one, I don't know what WWE creative is doing with Wade Barrett. That dude can put on a show. He can talk. He's hilarious
Oh,
if he needs
absolutely.
to be, and they just bury
Oh,
him.
I know. And not only that, but he's Wade Barrett, and then he's Bad News Barrett. Now he's King Barrett, and next week he's gonna be Stepmom Barrett. Like
He,
you don't know
he
what
might be.
gimmick he's gonna have.
He literally like he's what have three different like entrance songs.
Yeah. I've had enough. My name's Wade Barrett.
Now it's
Yeah,
boo.
I do like the new one, where he comes out and
I
yells "boom" really loud. They could just do that without music, and I'd be okay with it.
Yeah, he should just come out all quiet and just yell.
Right, and another thing I think they should do, and we just finished Raw, so Raw from July 20th is when we're recording this show. We should have said that. I think
It's the
Rusev.
first time. We're first timers.
Right. I think Cesaro and Rusev should be a tag team. I think that would be an unstoppable force. Those two together. I also liked Rusev when he was teaming with Bray Wyatt at the Royal Rumble last year. I thought that was really cool seeing those two team up together. I am liking Luke Harper versus Bray Wyatt together, taking on Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. I think that's going to be a fun match. Uh, I don't know. I haven't had that fun like looking forward to a tag team match of like 2v2 since what was it? The Wyatt family took on Punk and Daniel Bryan. Was the last time I think I was actually excited about a good tag match.
I don't know, man. I Dean Ambrose is another one that's starting to float into the abyss of nothing. You
Mm,
know, like
mm.
he wasn't at the pay per view last night.
But, but that's because Dean Ambrose's character right now is so over that they're just like, Jesus, let's just let him just fucking, he'll just, I don't know, let's just make him a crutch for Roman. And that's all they're doing for him is just, let's help Roman get over by using Dean Ambrose as a character, which
Well,
is,
and you're a big Roman Reigns mark. Like, let's just get it out
yeah,
there. You just think this guy is great.
I will throw out quotes like bee's knees or things like that. Yes, Roman Reigns is the future of the WWE.
Oh my God, how many times are you gonna say that? No,
Yeah, enough.
the future is NXT. But what I'm saying, number two,
Yeah, but
we got to talk about, John Cena and Kevin Owens, the third match.
okay,
Let's put this out here. That match was good,
okay.
and then the end just nothing.
Oh, the
What
the
the
horrible
heck?
tap.
What
Yeah,
the
I
heck
just.
are you doing that you're gonna have him kick out of like the super attitude adjustment
Hmm.
and then tap him out?
Right.
Like if you're gonna have him kick out of that, why would he just pop up power bomb him? And and thank God if Kyoto was in there, if Mike Kyoto was calling this match, it'd been brutal. He wouldn't know the rules. He'd be like, whatever, someone's winning. I quit. I'm done. I don't know rules. He's sitting up there with his little notebook, Like, what do I do? Is there a rope count here? Is there a rope break? I don't know. Like,
Uh,
well, there you had a match where it was like a hardcore match, and he was just like rope break, and like even Michael Cole's like, hey, idiot, no. God, I hate Kyoto.
oh,
Oh, I hate Kyoto.
I think he had a match earlier that night, or maybe it was just from Raw that he like someone was like touching the ropes and they're like, nope, not rope break. I'm like, I think that
Pretty sure it
I'm
is there
pretty
too.
sure that's a rope break.
It's all right,
I
dude.
don't know. I
The
just
New
think like
Age Earl Hebner.
submission moves could be a tough act because like it's got to be like you got to get them at the right place because if you do a submission move and it's pulled off sloppy and that's your finished submission move, it looks bad when they tap out to it. And I think that's the problem that we had with Cena's was it wasn't one of those over dramatic like submission moves where like he went to the ropes, came back, went to the ropes, came back, and finally just got him to pin. It was just I'm barely holding on to the guy. You can see me struggling, and he's tapping out, looking like he's falling
Well,
asleep.
he did drag him back. Like he did get to the ropes and then he pulled him back. But like hit Kevin
Yeah.
Owens put on a better submission than Cena did, and they did the same move.
Mm.
Like Kevin Owens actually had it locked around his face. Now we all know wrestling's not real, but you could still make it look like it would hurt.
Yeah, I agree. Now, here's my problem. I have to go on a little rant here. I was trying to use the network on my Xbox One, and it was buffering left and right. And I know I have a good internet connection. Nothing else was streaming in my house but this. So I decided I will just plug my laptop in, use the network through my laptop, and just plug in through an HDMI cable. And I could not get to where I needed to be on the network to watch where I was at. Meanwhile, as I'm trying to click on it, it's showing me the whole end of the match for Cena and Owens. So I had already seen the tap out, so I had just skipped the entire match up until
Damn,
like I knew it was the end. I was so furious.
that
And
was good.
not only that, but the first thing I do is I sign on to the network and the first thing it does is shows me the finish to Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt. And again, I'm like, "Oh good, two matches already ruined for me for the night. It's not like I care anymore." And I had just started up the Roman Reigns match at that time.
Yeah, I mean, it was good. I mean, that match was good. Roman Reigns and Wyatt were good. Like, I
Oh, I
don't.
think Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt delivered. I think that was an amazing match. The finish was so-so, but it's what I can expect. Both people can walk out still strong. Roman Reigns just has to look butthurt for the next month until he gets to get his revenge on him at SummerSlam, or
Is
Bray
it
Wyatt will
is he
finally get a win.
cross-eyed?
Is is Roman Reigns cross-eyed?
Yeah.
No, he does have special eyes. He has those special wolf silver eyes that the women, including myself, fall in love with.
You fall in love with it?
Oh my God.
You just love how far apart his eyes are because that is totally not natural.
I
There's
collect
something weird about his eyes.
I did
There
collect lizards as a kid,
and he's
so
like sitting there and he's just like, "Blah, everyone look at me," and it's just like, dude, are you a chameleon? Like, do you have that one eye that just sort of rolls around? Like, it's weird. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, it was a good match. It was a good match.
right.
Uh, divas,
Divas. Okay. So
women.
yes.
Call them women. I
Hmm.
don't. I hate that freaking diva Monta. You gotta call them like women. And I like how Charlotte on Instagram says like women wrestlers. She never says diva. Neither does
But
Sasha Banks.
but that's also because they're in the NXT Women's division.
But it should be the women's title. It should not
I
be the divas because if you look up the definition of diva, it's not that good. I mean, Brandon, remember when I called you a diva while playing Battlefield, and you're like, dude, you're
I,
not sitting there going, oh, give me a title belt. No,
I,
no. You're like, oh, whatever. Diva is
I don't
not
care
a
anymore.
good. It's not a good thing. And when they had the Total Diva song play, I was like, oh my god, they're gonna bury him. Oh, I can't believe it. Why would you? Why would you
Right.
play that song at the end? Oh, I
Right.
was ticked.
Now, I have read on multiple news sites that Total Divas may actually be coming to an end. E feels like the show has kind of run its course, so that'll be interesting if they do end the show. What will happen to those divas? Because like what's the one Cameron? We don't even see her on television. She's the other ex Funkadactyl. Naomi, I think we just see for comedic relief. I think she's funny. I think she deserves a title belt. I know you hate on a lot of the divas today, but I think Naomi's one of the ones that I enjoy. I don't like Tamina. I liked her when she first came in, but she makes a lot of mistakes. I don't like to be that guy that's like, oh, she's just a horrible wrestler. But I don't know. She makes a lot of
She's a
mistakes.
botch. She is a walking botch fest.
Yeah, and it's
She
just,
she does. She can't keep up. And Naomi, her problem is her finisher's brutal. I'm sorry, the rear view.
oh, I know.
That
And
is
no,
terrible.
it's a signature move. It's no finisher. It's no stratisfaction.
No, no, no. But
Mm-mm.
like, um, the match that they had last night with like Sasha Banks, Charlotte, and Brie Bella.
Right.
Free mode.
I hate that. Oh,
Oh,
I was so disappointed.
oh,
I was so disappointed when they decided to go with Brie Bella. The only thing that was good out of that is they didn't decide to go with Alicia Fox.
oh
Eh,
yeah. She's just a wild child.
right, but the match itself was nice. I I'm excited about it, but I feel like it's a bit of an overload for the Divas division. I think after this month, I think it'd be nice to see some of these Divas, which I hope they do, just split them up into maybe like two or three other storylines. That way, not only are you giving the Divas the time that they need, but you're not giving it at all at once. You're not taking
Yeah.
20 minutes. You're giving each one like maybe 10 to 15 minutes for each of their, and give it that blend that it needs of the women wrestling. And then we can start bringing in the women's tag team belt, and then the women's hardcore belt, and even the cruiserweight belt. I don't care. We
Oh
can
my
bring in
god.
whatever we want.
Do you have a woman's hardcore belt? That'd
Oh
be
my God.
freaking hilarious.
What I want them to do is bring back, what's her name? Uh, I think that's the best way to send the Bella twins off. Because I think they're, I would say in the
Well,
next
bring
two to
back who? You didn't
Oh,
say.
so I'll get there. I'm getting there. In the next 2 to 3 years, I think the Bella Twins are probably out of here, if not in the next year. And I'd like to see them get sent off with getting destroyed by Karma. What's the Awesome Kong from TNA? What's the that big lady who came in for like a
Yeah.
month? Yeah, I just like to see her just come in and just destroy the Bella Twins, and then she can
That'd be
leave.
awesome.
She doesn't need to take on anybody else. I would like to see Beth Phoenix return or like Eve Torres return because I think this would be the time to them to come into the Divas division and bring it that full roster that it needs, and not have to pull too many people up from NXT, which I know you are just obsessed with NXT. Every time I
Because it
bring up
makes
something,
sense.
okay, why?
Because there's not a bunch of like filler. Like they just do it. They just
You're
make a
right.
match. It's an hour a week,
Hmm.
so you don't see everyone every week. So they're
Right.
not trying to just fill you with just terrible replays. They put on match like actual wrestling matches.
Right.
Last week, Sasha Banks and Charlotte brought the house down, and
True.
they knew it. Like like that's what I'm saying. When they got called up, and when Battlegrounds happened, and I was like, yes, Charlotte and Sasha Banks. Finally, people can see these two actually like go at it. Sasha Banks has a corner called the boss section, and they all chant like a boss. Like,
Right.
yes, you don't see that in WWE because nobody cares about Brie Mode and her terrible wrestling skills.
Hmm.
Nobody cares about Alicia Fox anymore. She's forgettable. Paige, for some reason, doesn't get used enough.
Well, and you can already see that because like Sasha Banks comes out and does her own little entrance. Now I know I understand there's three women that come out at the same time, but even when she comes out and her does her little like dance, it's of course it feels much smaller because she's in this bigger arena and the ring feels like it's bigger and everything feels like it's bigger than life. But I just feel like a lot of that small stuff just gets swallowed up a lot of times in when you come to the main roster. A lot of
Because you have terrible writers in the main roster. It's not them. Why the heck would you paint the Ascension to have like the Legion of Doom too?
mm,
That's just lazy writing right there. That is brutal.
I felt like that's the direction their characters were going anyways from NXT, and I didn't have a problem with it. My problem was how they executed the Ascension. I think the Ascension didn't need to come in and be the top dog, but I feel like they should be contenders in some way. They should have been number one contenders for the belt, at least more than maybe twice they've been number one contenders, maybe for the title. And I'm sure one of those was like a fatal four-way match or in that elimination chamber match, but even that, like I feel like a lot of the people in the tag teams, and I don't want to go away from NXT or the Divas division like we're talking about, but I feel like a lot of the tag teams get swallowed up and just get misused. And like Cesaro now, finally Cesaro is getting a main event. But if Tyson Kidd didn't get injured, he'd still be probably sitting down there losing to New Day every week.
I yeah, it's definitely the writing. It's not the performers. Sometimes they hit and miss. Adam Rose was a huge miss.
Hmm.
Like you didn't need to do it, but like the tag division could be good because right now I don't think the belt should be on the primetime players. It should be on New Day. I feel like New Day actually has a good gimmick.
Oh my God.
Primetime players are still too raw. Like if you listen to Titus O'Neil on the announce table, like when he was talking,
Mm,
he stumbles. He's
mm,
sloppy on his words. He doesn't fully grasp like talking.
right.
Now I can't say I'm fluent and I don't hesitate, but if you're on TV that much and you have the belt, you're going to be noticed. So people will pick up on that.
Right.
Where New Day just let the new mouth of the South, known as Xavier Woods, PhD and everybody with his lingo. He is awesome. He's a manager. And I've been saying that. You put Kofi and Big E together and you
Right.
have and you have Xavier Woods be their manager. You have a click right there and
Right.
it's perfect. Xavier Woods doesn't need to wrestle. Sorry, like he doesn't. He can make a lot of money just being a mouthpiece like that.
Oh, absolutely. I think he is well tuned for the commentating table when he's done or doing whatever he wants to do. But I agree completely. And I think New Day's problem was they had such a horrendous slow start that if they again, same with the Ascension, you just have that horrible way to bring your tag team in and it really sticks with you that I think if the New Day would have came in maybe alter their gimmick a little bit more where they are getting a little bit more recognition and looking a little bit more powerful, I think is the best way I could say it. And put them more over, I think they would have still be striding today. And I agree. The most entertaining thing for me at Battlefield or Battlegrounds last night was Xavier Woods. I was laughing. I was rolling in laughter
His
from just listening
tricep meat comment. What the heck? Where do you come
Oh
up
yes.
with that?
Oh, when he was sitting on the steel steps
It's
and
just
just
clapping.
clapping. Oh my God, it was hilarious. It was like watching a kid cutting a cookie. Oh, it was hilarious. Um,
He definitely made that match even more entertaining.
hmm.
I don't hate the primetime players. I like Titus O'Neil. I like Darren Young. I think they're good together, but
I
they're not title holders yet. I,
right.
I don't see it. I don't see why the Lucha Dragons are just always thrown off to the side. I don't see why Los Matadores can't get like more airtime. They didn't do too bad tonight, and they stole a win for the primetime players tonight. So it's like, what are you doing, WWE? Are you trying like you're? It's like you want a big division for W or tag teams, but then you pull away and get nothing. Where
Hmm.
like NXT had a tag team tournament to become number one contenders. Like they're doing things to like become number one contenders. Where WWE is just like, well, hmm, let's have Jack Swagger and come on, guys, give me a name, give me a name, give me a name. Zack Ryder. Boom,
Right.
done.
Right. And
They'll they'll fight for the titles.
I
That's
agree.
their problem.
A lot of the times I see that they talk about like how they can't fill that 3 hour gap, and I think you're onto something with that with the case of make more number one contendership maps because those themselves give a feud a meaning. If I had let's say Kevin Owens starts feuding with Bray Wyatt, which alone itself would just be amazing, but if we had that and then we found out it was a number one contendership match for the IC belt, that adds that extra result that we want to know. It's not just a feud that may just fizzle out. And because like look at Randy Orton and John Cena, how many times do they flip flop between their tag team partners tonight? Where hell, 3 months from now there'll be another the greatest feud of all time between the two. I just feel like contendership matches help out with feuds and not have to worry about because the WWE is horrible with keeping track of it, and I don't want to get into that because that just seems like that's what everyone wants to talk about. It's just how bad the WWE is staying and sticking with their storylines. But going back to NXT, NXT does very very rarely do they do storylines, and when they do little promos, it's kind of based on real life, like with Finn Balor's thing with Kevin Owens, and then when they had Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens, which I cannot wait for that rematch because Sami Zayn is coming back in about a year's time, I would say, from what the reporting. coming back onto the main roster and going to be feuding with Kevin Owens. And that feud itself is already built up because of just a small 4-minute promo they did on NXT to build that whole feud up, and then to keep with that and just lightly touch it here and there during the match, not have to add too much onto the promos.
Yeah, they keep it short and simple. Where like WWE, and we were talking about this last night watching the Battleground, like the vignettes, the little video montages, they're not as good as they used to be. Like they are, to me, I feel like they're sort of cheapy, like little cheapy. I don't know what word to put there. The music isn't okay. I remember watching like CM Punk's vignette against Undertaker was sick.
Right.
Daniel Bryan's Rise to the Top, like where they used the song Monster by
Yeah, that was a good one.
They were done like they had bass. These ones just sound like they're using the same generic rock song, same generic like like they're not being as create. They're not being as creative.
Yeah.
And you just sit there and you're like, that doesn't hype me up for this match. Like,
right.
make it, where did your, where did your vignette creators go? And then you go watch one now at NXT. I'm like, oh, maybe that's where they're at. Because like the whole Finn Balor one was sick. Kevin Owens one was sick. Sami Zayn sick. Like I'm sitting there, I'm like, those are pulling me in. WWE, like, oh, it's just right? And sometimes you just sit there and you're like, come on, bros, try. But then they'll do something so cool like The Undertaker.
Right.
And it's like I think they sometimes focus on two things and forget about the rest. Which is why I'm hoping like they don't forget about the divas, but I hope they do something like a tournament to become like a new, title holder. And I think the person who should get it is Paige. I feel like Paige should be the title holder. Nikki Bella should not be holding that title. No.
I think the next person who's going to be getting is what's her name? Charlotte? Is that her name? The new Flair. She'll be the next one. But as soon as she gets it, she's going to be turning heel, which is it's just enjoyable. I think it'll be nice for her to be heel. I have to disagree with you though with their video packages. I think it's hit and miss. Sometimes I watch them and sometimes I get really into them, and sometimes like this pay-per-view, I don't really remember any of them that were too enjoyable, but what was it? Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose. I think that was a couple months ago. I really enjoyed that one.
But listen to the music; it's all the same. Like they're not.
Well,
I don't want to like tear them down all the time, but Jesus, come on, let's try WWE. Like
I'm not going to buy the soundtrack.
Well, why not?
I'm not going to buy the soundtrack, so I don't think. Yeah, but I don't think you're going to be like, oh, is that the Dean Ambrose Bray Wyatt? I need that. Oh my God, 99
good vignette song. Yeah, it's great. It's great. You guys haven't heard it? It's on my CDs. They're on there 15 times.
SummerSlam is coming up. That was what I was holding on to the whole night tonight was who was Seth Rollins' opponent going to be. There's rumors that it's going to be Triple H. I don't think it's going to be Cena. I think Cena's going to hold on to that U.S. title up until SummerSlam. And even if he doesn't, I don't see a plausible storyline in the next 4 or 5 weeks that will get him into the main event at SummerSlam. I really am clueless at this point of who they're going to have Seth Rollins take on, and I think that's just because who's left in the main event's roster for him to take on. He's done John Cena, Randy Orton, Dean Ambrose.
Don't say he's done.
He's done it. He's done him.
He's done him.
He's done him. He put the pictures on his Tumblr and his Twitter. He done him good, but done him good.
I don't know. It's hard to say. It's really hard to say to sit there because even I'm sitting here looking at it and I'm like, who can do it? Who's gonna fight him?
Right.
Who's gonna go and do this match with him? Because you could do Triple H Rollins, but that's not gonna be for the title.
No.
So does Triple H go out and be like, all right, I'm sick of you, Rollins.
Right.
I'm gonna have this guy, and he'll probably be the Big Show.
Does Triple H bring a shovel out with him?
Oh, hopefully. But you know what I mean? Like who?
Okay, so my theory here, just from watching tonight, is our top 3 contenders at this time is John Cena, Randy Orton, Cesaro. Am I right? We've kind of just watched all 3 of them win. Did you watch Raw?
It was awesome.
Okay, yeah, that swing to the RKO was
with that.
amazing.
Well, and I've been saying it since he was the Swiss Superman when he was with Oksana,
Oksana, exactly.
and I've been saying it nonstop that Cesaro is the best. Like he's one of the best in the WWE right now.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And now
So,
he's even better.
so maybe
His
this
only
is,
problem is he doesn't have a mouthpiece. He just
yeah,
needs that little tootie pop standing next to him
mm,
and talking for him. That's what he needs.
yeah. I don't know. I think he's kind of like a um, mm, I don't want to say Ken Shamrock, but he's kind of like that guy who just performs very well, just is kind of mediocre on the mic, but Dean Malenko, I think, is the best way to describe him. Is he wasn't the best on the mic, but he was really good, and his performance is what made his character. I think we're gonna see either next Raw or coming up here soon. I'd like to see. Orton, Cena, Cesaro, maybe in a triple threat for the number one contendership, or something that gets Cesaro into that. Because I would feel like SummerSlam's kind of the pay-per-view of the WrestleMania for the fans. They're not going to get the publicity and everything like they do with the WrestleMania. So why not just cater to the fans and give them what they want? They did that a couple of years ago with Daniel Bryan taking on John Cena. They did it with a lot of things with CM Punk. I don't remember who he even taken on, but I think we should see Cesaro versus Seth Rollins for the belt at SummerSlam. That would be what I would prefer.
Well, I would too, but I don't see it happening because
Well,
it would make too many people happy. So I don't see him doing
mm,
that. Well, and the thing is with Cesaro, why isn't Natalia walking around with him? She could still get TV time with Cesaro. She could still do it. He's still wearing the Tyson Kidd Cesaro shirt.
mm.
Everyone knows they were together. So
Yeah,
why not still put Natalia with him?
I think that's a waste. I'm not a big Natalia fan though.
I'm not either, but I mean,
Mm,
why not?
I don't know. Maybe give him a Zeb Coulter or something like that. He
No.
had Zeb Coulter for a little bit.
Oh, saw a Jack Swagger sighting tonight. That was cool.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Swagger. We got to see which I hate that. I hate when they do the whole the entire roster comes out to block two people. So are you saying that hypothetically speaking, uh, Undertaker or Brock Lesnar could just take on the entire roster if it was just them in the ring? I mean, is that
Basically.
never do a Royal Rumble with Brock Lesnar and Undertaker in
And
there first?
poor Kalisto. The little
Uh,
guy was just in there trying to help, and
no, 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 no.
Undertaker took a huge swing. It popped him right in the back of the head, and
Yeah.
Kalisto's like, ah,
Madre de Dios.
those, that hurts. And he
No,
does like a flip
the
outside
worst,
the ring and runs away.
the worst sighting was Brad Maddox, just in complete.
Right?
He was just
He
in
was there?
business casual, just coming out, slipping all over the place in his business shoes, trying to push this guy around. That was hilarious. There was a lot of people that I was just like, oh, Adam Rose, he was there. Fandango was there. I'm sure Lana was in there pushing somebody around. Speaking of which, I don't know much of Lana's background. Can she wrestle? Do you know if she's just purely a supermodel or does she have any wrestling background whatsoever? I don't think she does.
I don't care.
Well, I
When I
kind of
watched
care.
that spear, I was like, "Hey, what up, Titty Pop? You doing fine? Like, can you wrestle? I
But
don't
like that's the
know."
thing. Like
That's a,
where is
that's
the
a
summer?
great looking suit. You have a good suit on. I don't know. You have a great smile. Oh
Where
yeah, we're wrestling. Sorry.
right. Where is it leading? Where is the Summer Rae and Lana thing leading? Because we have Rusev and we'll have Dolph Ziggler back. I think he's out doing a movie right now. They're just doing an on-screen injury for him, so I don't know where his direction is going to be.
You know what the
Uh,
funny thing is though?
hmm.
The thing about Summer Rae is, she is a badass. If you look up Summer Rae's lingerie football league best plays,
Didn't she play in like female arena football or
yeah,
something
that's
like
the
that?
lingerie
Yeah,
football league, and
yeah.
like, she Ray Lewis like five people, not like when he like killed a guy. I'm saying like when he was on the field and
You
tackled
heard
people.
it here first, folks. Summer Rae has killed other women.
No, she hasn't. She might have. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, but she actually can lay the wood. Like that's even worse. She can.
She
She
get it done. She
she
get it done.
she might call me. I don't know. It's one of those. I don't know. But
Uh,
no, she is she's really like good. And when she was wrestling, she could put on a show. Her and Paige had some sweet matches, but
I think she's an amazing heel
yeah, she's a great heel
for Total Divas. As
for
for
Total Divas.
for
Sort of like
wrestling,
Eva Marie.
yes.
Oh,
There, she's training with Billy Kidman. I think they're gonna try. I see where WWE's going with it, and I get it. It's just not gonna work. I think they're like putting as much training as they can into her, and have her come out like, I came over the haters. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how good you perform. People are still gonna hate you for where you came from. Look at the Bella Twins. I think Nikki has improved. Brie, on the other hand, Bree's Bree. She now does the Daniel Bryan kicks, which it looks like she's trying to kick over them, or she's having a hard time doing it. Nikki at least looks like she fits her wrestling talent now. I think is the best way I could say it. But still, people just they don't like her. They don't like where she came from, and I think Eva will be that as well. So instead of her coming out and being like I overcame, she's just got to be the biggest heel and just stay heel her entire 7 year WWE career that she'll have.
I hope she never does anything ever. Like, no part of me wants to ever watch her in a ring ever. Like, she's good looking and everything, but she doesn't want to wrestle.
Mm-mm.
She's not there for wrestling. It's like, you know what? You have the look. Just go to Hollywood. Someone will pick you up to do something. You've already got enough recognition from Total Divas. You don't need to be in the WWE, like, at
Mm.
all.
I think we still have to wait and see, when she actually gets in the ring for a match now that she's done all this training to actually be like, how much have you put into this? Because if she comes out and performs and proves us wrong, then you gotta be like, okay, so she belongs. But I don't see it happening.
I
But
don't
I
either.
I am willing to be proved wrong. I love being proved wrong, especially when it comes to wrestling.
Well, I think everyone, if you want to get proved wrong, but the fact of the matter is, when you got Sasha Banks, Charlotte Page, everyone performing great, you can't bring in someone who's that green who can't figure out how to wrestle with them because someone's gonna get hurt, and she's gonna get them hurt.
So what you're saying is the only way to get Eva Marie over is whoever wins Tough Enough, she has to beat that night.
That's basically the
All right.
talent pool she should be in because all of them are brutal.
Speaking of Tough Enough, are you caught up? I haven't watched. I think there's one after Raw. I DVR it. I haven't
No, it's
watched the
not a
most.
new one though. It's
Okay.
one from last week.
Okay. So I've watched it, and I don't want to give anything away because I don't. I know how that works with reality television, but I think we should talk about that. How fast it is. How it should be two shows. I think. I feel like things are too fast, and Paige can only be a bitch for so much in a show. Do you,
Oh yeah.
um, are there anybody that you do like? Anyone that you're like, yes, this person is going to be the one to win it, and you can
No,
see them as a wrestler.
no.
None of them.
I don't see I don't see any of them even like coming close. You know, Tough Enough is the show where the guy who gets second gets a wrestling career.
Absolutely. So who do you think will be the fourth place person to get that shot at the WWE? Who do you think the fourth place man will be, or woman? It could be either fourth place or eighth place. It doesn't matter.
Who got eliminated first?
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Um, well, no, like, okay, like that Sarah Ann girl, she's cute, but she's not wrestling
Sarah
material.
Lee, yeah, she's like, oh man, you'd be great if Renee Young went to ESPN. You'd be the best, you know.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And that's probably what she will be. She will be coming on and doing things with Byron Saxton and things like that. Because a lot of these people they choose have pretty much like their WWE is already looking at these characters' charisma, these people, and being like, can we use these? Can these be people that we can mold? I wouldn't be surprised if we see almost over half of these wrestlers in some way, shape, or form in the WWE at some point, just like they did with Josh Matthews and other wrestlers like that. They've done it with.
What's the dude's name? Mata?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mata, the dude, the guy with the gold
Oh
mohawk.
yeah, the one who looks like I think if they had Vinny from Total Divas just show up and replace him for one day, no one would notice. Like if he just showed up
He's
with a
got he's got like this new like Persian, like he's starting to adapt like this Persian Empire dude,
yeah.
which actually I don't hate, but I don't like. Patrick, I don't see ever being in the ring.
Hmm.
He knows the business, but like when he talks, his promos are meh.
Well,
He's
here.
good in the ring, but
Mm,
like so what? You can be good in the ring, but I just don't see people going. You know what I need? That guy's shirt.
Yet, here's the thing, though. I think Patrick has potential. I think if anyone wins it, it's him. The other person I could see has potential is the one that looks like if Daniel Bryan and Seth Rollins had a baby. Tanner, that's his name. That guy,
Is the worst.
he is the worst. But I think he could be like a great. I don't know. Like every time I see him, I'm just like, oh, we already have a Seth Rollins. But I don't know. I guess maybe he could be somebody who
No,
could wrestle. Then there's that big guy. Uh, the biggest one with the long hair. He looks like
yeah,
he could be a wrestler. None of the female competitors have really, I
no.
don't know, have shown me anything. And maybe that's just because there's so much drama in the behind the scenes that I'm just like, I'm tired of these promos. I'm treating it too much like wrestling. But
Yeah, it's not good. Like
mm,
it's not a good show. It's not good.
it's fast. It's really fast paced and it's confusing at some points. Even though Renee Young tells you the rules at least 4 times in a
Well,
in a
yeah,
30
because
minute
that's
slot.
WWE for you.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if you don't know, we will tell you 8 more times.
Right, right, right. And then they'll do a replay of showing you. Like earlier tonight, Renee Young just threw out a sweet ass tutorial. If you go to the WWE app right now, you can see the replay of the replay with the replay.
That's basically what they do. Well, okay, and then here's my last gripe about
Okay.
Tough Enough. ZZ, get him
Mm.
out of there.
Get him out of there. I
I
agree.
can't. I
I
can't
agree
do it.
with you
I
completely.
can't do it.
He's not a wrestler.
Oh, he's
He
so
will
funny.
never be a
He's not.
wrestler.
Well, he's
No.
funny, but he's not.
Mm-mm.
He's 18.
Right.
He's 18 years old. You're
Mm.
trying to tell me out of the 44,000 videos that got sent in, he got picked?
Right.
Give me a break. That
Yeah.
is just garbage.
His character is a wrestling character. His mindset and his I'm I would have to say I'm in a close comp like it'd be like me running I think for Tough Enough. It would
Well,
and winning it off.
I'm sitting there, and I even told my buddies too. I was like, you know who would be cool? Like, you leave the Wyatt family together, and you give like Luke Harper, give him like that alligator swamp persona, because first of all, the vignettes were out in the swamps, and now he does the gator role. Oh, now they bring this kid named ZZ who apparently fights alligators. Okay, first of all, what are they, stuffed animals? The dude can barely walk for like 20 minutes. Like, walk for 20 minutes without losing his breath.
Right.
He's just not there. And there's
Right.
no way, shape, or form
Uh,
you would let that dad bod in there.
Moving to the coaches, Lita just seems kind of just soft spoken. Booker T is just comedic relief in any situation that he is in. Billy Gunn, I think, steals the show
He's so good.
he is so good at just talking. Why is he not on television more? Because he could be the general manager. He just speaks so well on the mic. It's almost just like he's having a conversation with anyone he talks to on the mic.
Yeah, and he's a good coach.
Hmm.
Like, I'll flat out tell you, like, that's brutal,
Right.
but like, I don't know. He should be a general manager. They need a general manager of Raw. I think they need to bring something back just to give it a little more stability, so that people in the match or on wrestling have more of a drive to figure out where they're going to be on the card.
Yeah, there is some kind of just like they have the authority, but you're right. They just need right now. It just feels like there's some ominous thing going on where there's just matches going on and there's storylines taking place, and you see Triple H and Stephanie McMahon just casually make some decisions that pertain to a main event or maybe one or two storylines in an entire pay-per-view. But yeah, I agree. The authority figures is what helps drive the storylines and gives it the why is this happening? Why is so and so now facing this person? Why why is this getting set up? I think those authority figures help just move that along so much smoother and not have to worry about creatives straining themselves on thinking outside of the box too much.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So, I mean, we're starting to get closer to the end, so we got to start grading. We got to start doing some grades, right?
Yeah, we got about 15 minutes, so yeah, we will grade the matches. We'll just do Battlefield cause our Battlegrounds
Will
because
you quit thinking about Battlefield?
I just want to kill somebody in Battlefield right now. I just want to let it all out and then just complain about. I just want to have a bad time playing a game, so Battlefield is just the place to go.
So you
Uh,
just sit there and just be like, you know what I have? I'm having such a great
I
night. It
just
just
I'm
needed to
just
be
in
ruined.
I'm in a good mood right now. I just want to ruin that.
I
So
just
let's
want
play
to
some
ruin,
Battlefield.
yeah, and bring it down.
If you ever want to play with us, we're on Xbox One. Pete, what's your gamer tag? I don't know what it is.
Oh, Pistol Pete 84.
That's it. And mine's Johnny Space Tango, Jonny Space Tango. Add us if you guys want to play something. Uh, don't mention Elder Scrolls Online to Pete. We're gonna move on from that.
Yeah,
We
you
don't
don't
have
want
the
to get
time.
into that.
We don't
We
have the time.
don't have time for that.
We're gonna start off with a kickoff match for the crown from King Barrett and R Truth, and we're already done talking about it. We're gonna
Yep.
move on to Randy Orton versus Sheamus. Again, we're just gonna move on because that was just a sloppy match. I even texted you about how boring that match was, and you had forgotten that it had even happened.
I literally did.
Uh
I
huh.
I sat there and you texted me that, and I'm like, oh shit, Randy Orton and Sheamus did have a match, didn't they?
Yeah, and my
Huh.
problem is, it's just like, why do I want to go to a pay per view for something I'll see every other SmackDown?
And what was
So
brutal is how the RKO, like I love the RKO out of nowhere vines, but how brutal that one was. Like Randy Orton's done RKO's actually out of nowhere that have been sweet.
my
And
problem with it was the whole Sheamus was just like move after move after move and throwing some heavy moves towards Randy Orton, and then Randy Orton turns around just one RKO, and it just trumps everything else that had happened. Now I understand the power of the Omega RKO or any kind of finishing move, but there should have been at least a little bit of more build to that, I think.
yeah, like have him jump off the ropes or something. Do
Right.
something. You can't just do a regular RKO now.
Right. And I think Orton was going to win that because it's kind of like once you have the briefcase, you no longer have to push that character. That character can let other wrestlers just move beyond that and get that push they need because they have the money in the briefcase. It doesn't matter.
Money in the bank, huh?
Money
Is
in the
that what
brank.
Brank?
Brank.
Trank.
Next match was the triple threat
Well,
between.
wait. I'll give that match
Okay,
a C.
a C.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna give it a D. It
because
just
I'm sure
nothing.
we'll see it next pay per view.
Heyo. Next one actually was the tag team match, which we've kind of already discussed. The best part of that
Save.
was Xavier Woods. I think Titus O'Neil. I think his character is kind of. I think he feels, and I could be wrong. I'm always wrong, but I feel like he's ready to be just a single wrestler. He wrestles like he's a single wrestler. Yes, they do some small tag team moves back and forth, but that's pretty much it.
I'll give it a C plus.
I'm gonna give it a B, just because of Xavier Woods. It would be a D for me if it wasn't for Xavier Woods.
Yeah,
Next was Bray Wyatt versus Roman Reigns. I think we discussed that. I'm gonna give that one a solid B. I think that was a good match.
yeah, it was a
All in all,
definitely B.
yeah. Charlotte taking on Brie Bella and Sasha Banks. I would have to say that was a really good match. I would give that another B.
B plus for me.
Mm. The only thing I think would give it like just straight A was if it was Nikki in there and not Brie.
If it was me, it would have been the Four Horsemen, or the Four Horsewomen, is what they've been calling themselves, of Paige, Charlotte, Becky Lynch,
Do you think they should
and
just call
Sasha.
that would be awesome?
And that should be the stable for the
Mhm.
women, the Four Horsewomen, because you know they like it would work.
Oh, absolutely, especially with Flair's daughter being in it, they could totally get away with it.
They should have did it, but
Next match, I'm not even gonna grade. It was Cena versus Kevin Owens, because I didn't watch it, I just saw the ending, so it was
well, I
just
give it an A
all right.
match.
Okay.
With the finish, I'll drop it down to like a B. I just it was so just anticlimactic. Like it just bleh, it just happened. I was like, Cena's just sitting there going like, I'm done.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah,
Hey everybody, I did it! I did it!
Kevin Owens is sitting there going like, I'm supposed to pop up powerbomb you.
Right,
Yeah, but no.
right. He's just laying
I'm
on the
tired.
ground, just with his hand up. He's like, I thought this was thumbs up.
John,
Thumbs
let
up.
me go. Come on, I'm supposed to counter this. No, I'm good. I'm good. So it's over.
Last was the main event. Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar. I
You
enjoyed
even
it.
grade it?
Mm, I guess the overall arc of that match, I would give an A.
I, yeah, I mean,
But that's just
I'm,
because Brock Lesnar delivers. I know there's a
I'm a
lot of
little,
hate on him, but every
a little
match that
more
he's in
harsh.
is.
I'm
What's
a
that?
little more harsh.
Okay, what do you want to
And
give it?
I would probably give it like a B minus, C plus
Well,
ish, because just for the fact of like Lesnar just dominated, and I was more excited to see like because we sort of have a taste of it when they did that triple threat match, and like between Rollins and Lesnar, and I thought for sure we are gonna see like way more like counters,
mm,
like Rollins jumping out of things, and they just I don't know, it just felt like that. Well, I knew he was gonna suplex him a bunch, but I, and then Undertaker, I'm sorry, I'm a hater. I'm bored of him. I don't care now. The streak's over. Like,
okay, so I think that's where we should leave off for tonight. We got about 9 minutes or so to kind of talk about it. Uh, Brock Lesnar versus Undertaker. Where do you go with this? Because you have Brock Lesnar, who has just been an unstoppable beast. You have him now lose to the Undertaker,
no,
or
they
or
won't do it. They
right,
can't.
or is this the final send off? Because I don't see Taker losing twice to Brock Lesnar and doing anything beyond that. Is this the big send off for Undertaker? I just feel like there's no overall outcome or nowhere else for this to go. This match is just it's going to be interesting to me because I just really don't know what's next for either superstar in this one.
Sting comes back and interferes.
And okay, all
Hits
right.
hits Lesnar with the bat,
Mm-hmm.
and then lays waste to Undertaker. And that's how you start for WrestleMania.
Mm. And then what happens after that? Then we have WrestleMania and it's Undertaker and Sting, but again, someone interferes at the end of that one, like the Honky Tonk Man, and then we set up like Honky Tonk Man versus Sting. Like I just feel like
Don't
if
you
if
dare
that's
talk down about the Honky Tonk Man. Okay, it's the
I
greatest Intercontinental title holder ever.
well, there's Chris Jericho, but we could argue about that at a different time.
I'm just saying that you do that, you would do that match, but I
But
don't know
I just
how
feel like
because you
you're
got to
just
get
using.
Sting back in the ring. He's got to do something.
Mm,
Um, it's gonna be tricky how they do it. You can't have a clean win.
no, well, you could. I mean, you really could. I mean, any match can have a clean win. It's just if WWE will allow that or how the storyline will go. Uh, I'm really confused on where they're going to go with this. I was really expecting to see Sting come out with Undertaker. I was very surprised. I was not surprised to see Undertaker come out
No,
because
I
I was
wasn't
like
either.
watching it. I was like, man, there's still a lot of time left in this pay-per-view for this match to be going on the way it is with shit not happening. So I was expecting him, but I was surprised when Sting did not show up.
What if they would have had like Undertaker pop up, and then you saw like you saw like the crows or whatever,
Hmm.
and then Sting popped up,
That's what I was saying. I
and
would
then
like
all
to
the
have
lights
seen.
shut off again, and you heard death, and all of a sudden, boom, Wyatt's there, and all three of them are standing
No,
down
no,
left.
you're not done yet, because then everything would go red, and you just hear, the boogeyman, and
Oh,
then he would come in the ring,
oh,
and everyone would evacuate in
I would
fear.
have done. I would have done.
Oh my God, this is why we just need to start writing wrestling.
Doot, doot, doot. And then the Brood rises up.
Oh my God,
Is
uh,
Gangrel alive or dead?
right. But
Is he
then
dead?
who? Gangrel? No, I think he's still alive, maybe. Still
No,
missing teeth.
we're getting too out of control.
I know. Now we're
But if
just
you had
writing
those
wrestling.
three, then you
Hmm.
could have that match. That
Oh,
could be
not even. You
SummerSlam
could you
match.
could even it out even. You could just have like beep 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 and Taz comes down,
Oh
but
my
he's also commentating at the same time like, "Oh my God, it's Taz!" And we're like, we could see you talking underneath your towel.
It's
We
Tails.
see the microphone. It's Taz! It's Taz!
See, bring your freaking donuts, dude, because you know he's been eating like thousands of donuts since
I
he's been
don't
done
think he's
wrestling.
even employed right now. I mean, I don't know if he's
Oh, he
wrestling
is.
for Jeff Jarrett's thing going on. I don't.
Well,
If not, he's probably doing podcasts with
he
Scott
could.
Steiner.
He could be. Well, Matt Stryker got a job, so if
Matt
Matt
Striker
Stryker
probably
get a job,
took
I
his
think anyone
taken
can.
his job. Yeah, yeah. Well, I think this is a good time to wrap it up. Any final thoughts you want to put in our very first podcast? We're looking at doing this hopefully every week. Uh,
We're hoping. Well,
we're hoping,
hopefully.
just like
It's
every other
just tough.
podcast out there, there's no commitment whatsoever.
Yeah, they're just random. Like, oh, we'll do it.
Right, but we're going to be doing this. I still do, again, the full NelsonPress.com. You can find this podcast. I've done almost 125 comics over the course of 3 years, so definitely check out the
Almost
backlog.
125.
I'm at
So what did you do?
124 right now, is going to be this next one coming up. So, and it's going to be a good one, just like all of them are. Again, you can follow Pete on Twitter. He is MVPete360. You could. I don't use my other Twitter, so you can just follow the full Nelson Press. It's TFNP is our Twiddle handler. All that Twiddler handler.
Dude, what are you saying?
Just think about it. Like when we on episode 100.
Did you just
and,
eat like a big bowl of peanut butter while you're trying to promote us?
No, but I want to now. That just sounds.
Wait, what's that cartoon with the ghost and then the rhino that shoots coals out of its nose?
That's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
No. You get it. Dang it.
All right. Well, we are going to be taking off here. Thanks for the listen. Give us a review on wherever you hear this from, even if it's Facebook. Just give it a good old 5-star like. This is
5 stars.
I don't know, but
superstar versus half a star.
I guess we kind of need like a send off.
I don't know.
Hey, thanks for listening.
Good one.